One of the most powerful things that I have learned when dealing with self-doubt and wanting to gain confidence is to answer all of the rhetorical questions in my brain. So if your brain throws something at you like, what if it doesn't go well? If you're a performer, for example. I'm a flutist, I'm a classical musician, and I'm a mindset coach for musicians, so I coach performers on performing, navigating a career, dealing with imposter syndrome, dealing with a lot of self-doubt. And this is one of the best things I have found to really quiet down that self-doubting voice. Answer your rhetorical questions. What if it doesn't go well? What if it doesn't go well? What are you going to do? How are you going to respond? What are you going to make it mean? And decide that ahead of time and intentionally. These questions can actually really help you. But if you just let them sit in your brain will probably be like, oh my gosh, what if it doesn't go well? And then it'll start to think about all the ways that it's not going to go well and what other people's reactions are going to be. And then we're going to create more fear for ourselves rather than security. Another big one is when people ask, what if I didn't practice enough? Did I prepare enough? Yes or no? Answer it. And answer it on your own behalf. There's no way to know before you go into a performance if you've actually practiced enough, right? If you are judging your practicing based on your performance, then you have to sit in the discomfort having practiced the exact amount that you practiced and then performing. You can't go back and retroactively practice more, and you can't predict the future and make it this way or that way or go one way or another. Those things you have to just be good with. And one really important way to help yourself do that is to answer that question in your mind. Let's say you're 3 weeks out. Did I practice enough today? Okay, let's think about it. Is there anything that I know that 3 weeks from now, Chelsea, is going to be on a stage and wish she had done? Write those things down and then do them that day or do them the next day. Actually make these questions helpful to you. If you were just doing that to torture yourself and make yourself feel guilty so the next day you'll practice more, that is like the easiest way to burn out ever. And it'll make you feel guilty and stressed, and you will hate your relationship with your instrument. Because think about it. If you're around a person that makes you feel guilty and stressed, that's no fun. Your relationship with your instrument is the same. If you associate guilt and stress with your instrument, you are not going to want to do it. Another question that comes up all the time is, am I good enough? Now, this question has one answer. Yes, because it is an opinion and it is all or nothing. There's no, I'm kind of good enough, right? In our mind, this is black and white thinking. This is an all or nothing thinking scenario. And if you're going to indulge in the idea that someone can and cannot be good enough in general, the answer is always yes. So even if you don't believe it, if you're ever questioning whether you're good enough in your brain, always say yes. Answer it, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels like it's make-believe. Now, I personally think that worthiness is a human construct and we are all just alive. Like, I did not come out of the womb playing the flute. I mean, I almost did, but like, I did not come out of the womb playing the flute as an infant and have to prove my worth in that way. That seems ridiculous. No other person in the world needs to prove their worth playing an instrument. So why do you? Worthiness is inherently a human construct. Either we are all worthy or we are not. Like, there's no way, there's no like universal metric. There's no like the good place metric system of points to like say whether you're good enough or not. There's not some like threshold you cross when you practice for 10,000 hours. It just doesn't work that way. As these questions come up, you want to make sure that you are answering all of them. Your brain ruminates on questions, whether they're good or bad. If you say, what if it doesn't go well? Your brain will start picturing all the scenarios in which it won't go well. It'll start feeling worse unless you answer it. What if it doesn't go well? Then I will have this back end process. I will feel my feelings, and I know that it's not going to mean anything about me as a musician or my potential. What if it does go well? Could be one that you could ruminate on in a positive way. What if questions in the positive can be really powerful too? What if this is going to be easier than I've known it to be? What if it's not as hard as I think it'll be? What if I can figure this out? What if I could? All of those are going to steer your mind in a different direction. These are amazing real-time reroutes. What if I could? I highly suggest trying any one of these. The next time you have questions come up in your mind that seem rhetorical, make your head spin into the negative, and you just want some relief, I highly recommend trying some of these positive questions on, but then also just remember, answer the questions that are torturing your brain a little bit. Answer them in a very real way. And if you feel like you need help processing emotions, you feel like you don't have the tools to do that, check out this video for more info on how to do that and to really take care of yourself in the back end of a performance, after a really big event that you're anticipating, whatever it might be. And I will see you next time.